Good morning, Nicole here with Dear Teacher Instructional Coaching, and today's topic is about meditation. So I'm first going to open up with something from Sanctuary Self-Care Secrets for Stressed Out Teachers about mindfulness and meditation. Have you ever driven to work and upon arriving realized you don't remember a single moment from the trip? I sure have. It's easy to get lost in mundane thoughts, responsibilities, obligations of the day, and completely neglect to be present in the moment. But here's the thing. The present moment is the only time we are actually living. And that last sentence is one that I highlighted in that book because it's so critical and so important. And I understand that we as teachers get just super bogged down with everything we have on our plates that sometimes unintentionally we forget to be present. And this year, the math teacher on my team, when I had some things that were really stressful, I had a big pile of stuff that was going on like at home, just kind of some personal things going on, and then, in addition to everything that was going on at school, this is sort of a stressful time. And this math teacher on my team said to me, "Be where your feet are." And I was like, oh man, like if I ever got a tattoo, I think I would tattoo that on, my arm or something, like be where your feet are. Like you need to be present. And that's the whole idea. Like everything else is good. Like you're going to get to it eventually. But the only thing you have control over right now is where you are. Be where your feet are. Don't be thinking about everything else, like things you have to do when you get home or tomorrow or in a week or whatever it happens to be. Be where your feet are, because if you're not present, then you're not giving your best self to yourself and to the people that you are with. And during the school year, that's our students. And one of the things that I think is really important for us to do in the summertime is to get into positive habits that we can carry into the school year. And this idea of mindfulness, and specifically today I'm talking about meditation, is stuff that's really important. So this whole concept of being where your feet are and being present is the core. In my mind, it is the core of both mindfulness and meditation. So I'm going to be talking you through a few meditation strategies. And the thing about meditation, that there's kind of this like concept behind it, and it's this misconstrued idea that it takes up a lot of time, that it's weird, that it's uncomfortable. And that's not what it's supposed to be at all. It's supposed to be something that is flexible, that you can do it on the fly, that you can do it in the present moment when you are self-aware enough to understand that your stress level is going way up or your anxiety level is going way up, and you need to take a minute to calm yourself down. So these strategies are ones that you can do anywhere, anytime, and they don't take a lot of time. So the first one is take 5. And so you sit back in a comfortable position. You don't have to be cross-legged, because honestly for some people that's not comfortable. But be in a comfortable position and you pay attention to 5 things you see, 5 things you hear, and 5 things that you feel. So whether that's something as simple as feeling your hands resting on your legs, your butt sitting on the cushion, your back leaning against the chair. And the whole point of like meditation is you're not judging anything. You're not like, oh, I'm leaning against this and maybe I'm leaning too far, maybe I should fix my posture. Nope. I just feel the cushion in my back meeting, and I kind of focus more so on the point of where they meet. Or like that, it's almost like when you look at the horizon, like where the sky and the land touch, like that line. Think of that line, and that's where your focus should be, so that way you're not having any judgment. And I'm somebody who I feel like I have a million thoughts that are rolling through my head all of the time. And so when it comes to meditation, I was like, how do I not think? It's not a thing for me to just not think. And that's not the point. The point is, you are going to have thoughts flow into your brain, but you just let them pass. And for me, it helps me to focus on specific things, like I see that lamp and I see the scrolls on the base of the lamp. And, like kind of be picking out specific details, because then I'm kind of controlling my thoughts a little bit more and they're more focused. So the Take 5 concept is 5 things you see, 5 things you hear, and 5 things that you feel. The second thing, which is I probably should have started with this one, but the Take 5 is super easy and you can do it anywhere. Like you can even do it when you're driving. And the second thing is breathing. Your breath is super important. And so when I kind of started getting into meditating, I just sat there and I breathed, 4 counts in, 4 counts out. And it just, I kept thinking. That's always my problem, is I just keep thinking. I have too many thoughts. And so I had read, did I read it somewhere or it was on a podcast? I can't quite remember, but this is a trick that helped me. Is I visualize my breath. So I literally think about the air coming in and then the air going out. And I think about it coming in through my nose, processing, oxygenizing my brain, and then going out through my nose. So I visualize what the breath actually looks like. And that helps me. If I give my mind that focus, then I'm not thinking crazy random thoughts. So breathing is very, very important. And the thing that helps you with that is to imagine your breath going in and out. The third thing has to do with sight. And instead of with the Take 5, noticing like 5 things around you, it's like gazing at one spot. And so noticing everything, I'm tired. Everything about like that one spot or one thing. So maybe I would be staring at my coffee cup. And that's all I'm looking at. And I'm noticing the brown color of the coffee, the cool designs on my cup that I got from my good friend Holly Ann when she went to Cancun, the lettering of Cancun, the way the colors fade, the lines of the colors, maybe tracing those with my eyes, and just really gazing at that fixed object and noticing everything I can about it, and then adjusting my attention to now where it needs to be. The fourth thing, which is something that I actually do a lot during the school year, it's probably like the biggest one that I do during the school year, because nobody has any idea that I'm doing it. Like if I'm staring at a fixed point, people get it. Breathing is something, whatever, but I connect my breathing with a mantra or with words. And so you can say a specific word on an inhale and then a specific word on your exhale. But I usually have like a phrase or a mantra. And so usually if I am doing this, it's I am calm, I am patient. I am calm, I am patient. Because if my anxiety and stress level is getting really high, whether it's the result of student actions or not, the students are going to be the ones who feel my stress and anxiety, because I will exude that. So I need to make sure, regardless of if they're the trigger or not, I am calm, I am patient. I am calm, I am patient. And boy, let me tell you what, you say that enough, you start to believe it. And just a few in and outs Or even as I'm walking around and trying to, like this student has their hand raised and that student, when I walk from student 1 to student 2, I'm calm, I am patient, and then I help the kid. When I'm done helping that kid, I am calm, I am patient, help the next kid. Because then that kind of gives me that little reset between each of them, so I am present and with that student. And that's what's so important, is sometimes when, we're trying to get to kid, we're so busy worrying about, I need to go help this other student, and this person's starting to like have a meltdown, and the para's dealing with that, and I feel like I need to go assist that. And there's so much going on that when you get to a student and are speaking with them, you have to be present with them. So what can you do to prepare to be present with that student? And simple breathing with a little mantra works wonders. That is my favorite one to use in the classroom, 100%. It's super quick. Nobody has any idea that you're doing it, and it helps you be present and focused with what you need to be doing. And then the last one is something that I have to confess I'm not good at. I have all of these things within a day that I want to do, and I tend to run out of hours in a day. And so like I have this goal of listening to podcasts, and I really enjoy listening to podcasts, and usually I listen to them like when I go for a walk. But walking can be a form of meditation. And how you kind of do this, and I've tried this a couple times, and of course, after you try something a couple times, you're still not good at it. So I'll have to keep trying. But you don't have music, you don't have a podcast going, I personally don't leave my phone at home, but you could silence it, disconnect it from your watch. I just wouldn't feel very comfortable always if I'm walking alone to not have my phone. So I get that maybe you don't feel safe not having your phone on you, but if you do, you could leave your phone at home, or just have it muted and put it in your pocket, and just notice the world around you. And notice your breath, notice how your body feels. Notice, the heel and the ball of your foot hitting the sidewalk or the pavement or the grass, wherever you are. And just a walk around the block, focusing on breath, and then your feet hitting the pavement. And that's it. That's your meditation. And the other nice part about the walking meditation is you get the benefit of the endorphins from doing the movement of walking, from doing that little bit of exercise, gives your body that boost that can help you alleviate stress, alleviate anxiety, and just feel calmer and more refreshed. So those are my strategies for you. Pretty basic. Sorry I've been yawning in this episode with all of the wind and storms and things that we've had going on that has seriously disrupted my sleep. So I'm struggling a little bit, lots of coffee today. But meditation is it's important and it's simple. And that's just it. Like if something is this simple, we should be incorporating it. You have a minute. You have a minute that you can do this. And here's the other thing too. If you struggle with this stuff, whip out that smartphone and go get Headspace. Go get the Calm app. You've got a computer, go ahead and hop on to YouTube, and if you just search meditation, it will give you music for meditation, and it will also give you guided meditations. So if you need something like that, and you don't want to install another app, totally get that. If you don't want to install another app, they've got stuff on YouTube for free. Go ahead and check that type of stuff out. But meditation can be done anytime, anywhere. And we have to practice things like this now so that way we can carry it into the school year. You might not be feeling like stressed and anxious and worried, but you should still be practicing meditation so that way you can be doing it during the school year. And it's a habit. So it was something I really focused on. The mantra breathing was something I really, really paid attention to and focused on. And boy, that helped me. That helped me stay. I feel like my blood pressure was probably lower once I started doing that, just because I did feel more calm. I did feel more present. And because of that, I felt like I did a better job. So consider that. Take time to practice these, and I hope that you take very good care of yourself to end this, speaking of self-care. So, again, from like my favorite book right now, you've heard the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. Well, teachers are such beautiful people, such givers and servers, that they completely empty their cup, and then, if it will help a student, colleague, or member of their own family, they will gladly hand over the cup as well. But your well-being and the success of your students relies in many ways on your ability to thrive, not simply survive. And that was something else, of course, that I highlighted in there, because we can't be in survival mode. That's no way to live as a human being. And we are gifted with more time to think about ourselves in the summer. And there's a difference between self-care and practicing these things and being selfish. There's a huge difference. And so take the time to care for yourself. It's not a selfish thing to do, because if you care for yourself and you treat yourself the way you treat everybody else, then everybody else is going to benefit. So meditate, take the time to take care of yourself. With love, Nicole.